NBC5 News.
Blackhawks Lightning Game 6.
You just saw the game. Stay with us for live player interviews, fan reaction, highlights, and analysis.
Stormwatch, a dangerous night of weather.
Funnel clouds, tornado warnings, and torrential rain.
Flash flood warning. Relentless thunderstorms continue to drop heavy rain. I've got the latest information.
NBC5 News starts right now.
Live from NBC5, this is the NBC5 News at 10.
Breaking news tonight on NBC5, a major sports story. Tonight, Hawks make history. The Chicago Blackhawks defeat the Tampa Bay Lightning to win their third Stanley Cup in 6 years. It is the first time in 77 years they have clinched a championship at home.
Now Chicago celebrates. The Blackhawks are the toast of the town, and the party, it's just getting started. Good evening, everyone. I'm Allison Rosati.
And I'm Rob Stafford, along with Mike Adamle and analyst Brent Sopel with us tonight. Tonight, the quest for the Cup ends in victory. Lord Stanley's Cup comes back to Chicago.
The Blackhawks defeat the Lightning. You just saw it by a score of 2-0. Right now, we want to all take a live look at Wrigleyville. As you can see, the massive crowd that has now gathered as everyone let out from the bars to go outside and celebrate together this huge win for the Blackhawks. A dynasty is definitely here for us to celebrate.
A huge celebration tonight. NBC5 Siafa Lewis is also on the ice talking to players tonight.
Siafa's going to have reaction. We just were watching on the national coverage, everybody hoisting the cup. Siafa?
An absolute thrill just to be a part of this, as a reporter, obviously. We're standing in the corridor waiting to go onto the ice to talk to all the players. As you just said, they are exchanging the cup. Everybody gets their chance to skate with it, to kiss it, to have their moment with it. And just, again, an amazing thrill here, an unbelievable series. And the first period was scoreless, second period back and forth, and the Blackhawks finally broke through. This is the first multi-goal lead. It was the first multi-goal lead of the series. The first game decided by more than one goal. An unbelievable series. You have to give a round of applause to the Tampa Bay Lightning, but in the end, the Blackhawks proved too much. They are, and they had the heart of a champion. They are the champions once again. This is your team. And, of course, just enjoy this ride. Enjoy this moment, of course.
Siafa Lewis live at the United Center. Big night ahead for all of us tonight.
Absolutely. Let's go up in Sky 5. Mike Lorber, he is above the crowds that have gathered outside in Wrigleyville tonight. Mike, what can you tell us?
Allison, it does not take long from the time from the game to end to this. Clark Street absolutely filled up for about a half of a mile. It's amazing looking down from about 850 feet and seeing an entire street just bounce up and down. It is filled with the sea of red all the way from north of Wrigley Field at Waveland all the way south to Sheffield, and the fans are just going nuts as they continue to pour out on the streets. Now, when we did this a couple of years ago, the police had those barricades set up on the sidewalk. That didn't work out too well, so that is not happening this time. We don't see any of those barricades moving back and forth. A lot of fans, they're very happy. They are just dancing up and down. Now, when we flew here south from Executive Airport, you saw a lot of impromptu fireworks going off in the city as a lot of folks expressing their joy that way. And Mother Nature has had a really rough day, but I'll tell you, it worked out for us, because had the Cubs been playing right now, we would not be able to fly over Wrigley Field due to flight restrictions. Cubs game is canceled, and we are showing you these absolutely amazing pictures from Wrigleyville as the fans go nuts here on Clark Street. It'll be going for some time to come. This is only the beginning. You're looking down at Clark and Addison on Mike Lorber in Sky 5.
This really is history in the making. They won the game at home. They clinched and won Lord Stanley's Cup at home. And it's also interesting, Mike, because you did talk about the Cubs game being canceled. There's a huge crowd there. There were horrible storms today. Lots of people who couldn't even probably get to where they wanted to go. And look at the numbers of people that did make it to Wrigleyville tonight and are celebrating the Hawks' big win.
Yeah, the game got canceled, I believe, around 5:30, so you had a lot of fans that I'm sure were already in Wrigleyville, over 30,000 that were planning heading to the game. Now add to that all the folks who had planned on going there anyways to watch the game. So all of those people have come together, and I can already tell you that this crowd looks larger than the one that we saw a couple years ago.
All right, looking good so far. Thanks so much.
All right, from the north side to the west side, fans are starting to stream out of the United Center after the game right now.
NBC 5's Natalie Martinez is there now. And Natalie, what can you tell us?
Everybody's just now coming out of the United Center, obviously very, very excited about what they just saw, and that was an amazing game. A lot of words flying around here like, amazing! Stanley Cup, it's ours. Chicago's pride. A lot of people told us this earlier tonight as well.
It was so loud, so exciting, and Patrick came through like nobody's business. It was absolutely incredible. My son's first game.
Your first game?
Yeah.
And they just won the cup again.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
I'm so excited. It's the last 2 times I was out of town, working out of town or living out of town, and I finally got a chance to like just witness this greatness. The Bulls didn't do it, so I'm like, we got to represent for Chicago, and I'm just so excited.
Natalie Martinez, NBC 5 News.
All right, thanks, Natalie. We like the replica of the Stanley Cup we saw behind you just a few minutes ago. That's fun.
Well, Blackhawks fans, we were all glued to NBC 5 watching this game.
NBC 5's Trina Orlando watched with fans at the Union Park Bar tonight. Trina, what can you tell us from your vantage point?
Yeah, guys, we are watching the game here at Union Park Lounge. I am here with the owner of Union Park Lounge, who I think you may have been the most excited person in this bar tonight.
Yes, it is. Well, we are really happy. And again, I would like to thank the Blackhawks for bringing so much happiness and joy to us and great business to our city. So, thank you.
As soon as the Blackhawks won, you got up on the bar. What were you doing?
Say again, I'm sorry.
You were passing out shots.
Oh, yes, I was on the bar. I was giving everybody free shots. That was a great moment, and we had to celebrate it. Yeah.
Thanks for talking to us, and thanks for having us this evening. I want to bring in some fans. Tell me, how excited are you right now?
What?
How excited are you right now?
This is great. 3 Stanley Cups. Excellent. What a shut him out. Corey, Keith, Kane. Let's go, Hawks. We got the cup. We got the cup. We got the cup. Yay! Go Blackhawks! We love you, NBC.
Was there ever a doubt in your mind the Blackhawks were going to win this tonight?
Oh, no doubt. Everybody in Chicago knew it. Everybody knew it. Baby, yeah! Parade is Friday.
Thank you. I want to bring you over here. I talked to you a little earlier. You told me you're a rather new Blackhawks fan.
I'm a new hockey fan. I'm a new Blackhawks fan.
Now, to be a new fan and to see them win this evening, what is that like?
Very amazing. This is like nothing I've ever seen. This is awesome.
Tell me, how much fun are you having this evening?
This is the best part to watch the Blackhawks win in Chicago for the first time in like 70-some years. Go Hawks!
Oh, guys, there you have it. I don't think the celebration here is ending any time soon. These fans have been on their feet from many minutes before this game ended, and they are just loving life this evening, and the Blackhawks here at Union Park Lounge.
All right,
Back
Trina
to you.
Orlando, having fun tonight. What a great crowd there tonight.
And look at this shot. There's the team. Brent Sopel, Mike Adamle, let's bring you in on this conversation. This is something we all feel a part of, and what a great moment this is for our city.
Absolutely. You know, the destiny, you can finally complete that word. I kept choosing the D word. I didn't want to complete it, but it's done. You know, what a run these guys have been on, and, you know, Keema Timonen being 40 years old, there's no better way to retire than a champion, and that's the way he's going out tonight.
And Duncan Keith really did so well tonight.
He's the reason.
Series.
He catapulted this team to where they are right now. They're taking this picture because of Duncan Keith. what he did. He put this whole team on his back and single-handedly carried that team every single game.
Crawford kept them in the game tonight too, Mike.
Yeah, I thought it was a toss-up between who would win this Conn Smythe Award for the most valuable player during this series. It was either Duncan Keith or, in this, certainly a close second, was Corey Crawford.
Yeah, he put on a performance near the end. These last few games, last 3-4 games, he played outstanding. But start to finish, obviously Corey had some struggles in Nashville. Darling came in, played well. But for me, the amount of minutes and the hard minutes that Duncan Keith logged night in, those overtime games when he's playing 45, almost 50 minutes, and the next closest guy is like 10 minutes less. That 10 minutes, that's literally like doing a 10-minute sprint to people who don't understand the game.
This is the third time this team, this franchise, has won the Stanley Cup in 6 years. A dynasty, it's being called. For those players who've been there, I believe, what was it, 18 of them have been here before? 8 of them, rather, I'm sorry. 8 of the Hawks have been here before, all 3 titles now. Does it get better every time, or do you think they will cherish this one even more because they know what it means?
Everyone's different in their own way. The season puts you down a different path, however that is. Maybe, things happen with your family during the year, and then the next time, maybe there's a bumps in the road through, like Kane here that you see, he had this injury. So he's never had this injury. So this one's going to be different. He had to overcome that injury to get.
Since that time,
I'm trying to
NBC
see how
and
much
its
the
other
street is
networks
actually
have
filled
televised
up.
over 200 games, and this year, all 88 playoff games. These games were thrillers, including tonight.
Now we can, in a way, see what we're missing out on.
At the end of this series tonight, as we listen to Jonathan Taves right now.
I'm not ever going to say that word. That's coming from you guys. But I think we all know this is a pretty special group of guys, a great organization, and just an even better city. So, you just pile all these things on, and it just makes this moment pretty amazing.
Jonathan, such a special group of guys here. You guys were the oldest team to make the playoffs. Talk about this group of guys in your dressing room and what you guys were able to accomplish.
Well, I don't know what it is. I think it's deep down, these guys want to win. We got that bond that we formed over the years of winning previously. And I've said this a million times, but when you win, you want to get back there and you want to do it again. So this is incredible. Guys worked, and we earned it. Every step of the way, even throughout the regular season, to have the chance to come back here. What are you going to do with it this year? I don't know. I'm not that far ahead. I want to freeze frame this moment right here, and I hope this. I could stay here all night and just enjoy being out here on the ice in front of our fans here.
You dare go out in the crowd with all those people out there?
I don't know. It's going to be pretty crazy. We know it's been crazy in previous years, especially when you take it around town. So, yeah, I can only imagine what it's going to be like.
For the fans tuning in, can you explain what it was like to skate around this rink moments ago with the cup raised above your head?
Well, I was just trying to make sure I didn't fall. I was just overcome with emotion and everything, and I just ran out of energy, and I think everyone felt so nervous and so overwhelmed, I think, when it was over, and we're all trying to just catch our breath and get a drink of water, because we're all just I think in disbelief of what's going on right now.
Jonathan, you put so much thought into who to hand the cup off to. You handed it off to Kimmo Timonen. 40 years old, he knows he's retiring after tonight. Talk about the idea to give him the cup after you.
Well, it's almost unfair. I'm the one who gets to take it first every time. I don't want to be the one hogging it, because I've had that moment before. And Dunks and Sharpie and Siebes, other leaders in our room, are very gracious by saying that we should pass it off to a veteran guy who's been working hard, and obviously at the stage of his career where this is a great chance for him. So I think for us, we want to win almost more for those guys than for ourselves. So there's nothing better than handing it off to a guy like Kimmo.
Is it fair to compare this one against the first two?
I'm not even thinking about those two right now. This is the moment I want to be in. I want to, hang on to this forever. So I'm going to enjoy this as much as I can.
Jonathan Taves, the captain of the Blackhawks, as he is able to, third cup for him. Third cup in 6 years, 81 years after the Blackhawks win their first Stanley Cup. This group of 7 veterans have now won their third cup together, led by the youngest team captain in team history for the Blackhawks, Jonathan Taves. Let's send it back to you guys.
be the youngest. He may be the youngest, but he is wise beyond his years to say, just stay in this moment and treasure it.
Yeah, what a leader he is. As we go back to Mike Lorber in Sky 5 up in Wrigleyville. Mike, describe the scene for us up there.
We're checking out Clark Street, and it just fills up more and more. I'm telling you, this crowd is already looking bigger than the one that we saw a couple of years ago. They've got Clark shut down all the way down to Belmont, all the way to north of Wrigley Field, up to Waveland. And this crowd, it basically fills in not only from Sheffield all the way up to Wrigley Field, but then north of Wrigley Field for another block, up and down on Addison. The fans are jumping up and down. Lots of crowd surfing again. Those barricades that we saw a few years ago, they are not in place, so things are a little bit safer down there. And we haven't seen anything too drastic as far as police having to roll in and nobody seriously being injured that we know about. You can see the crowd surfing up and down. Basically, the way this works, the police let them burn off the energy for about 2 to 3 hours and then slowly try to clear the crowd out. But that crowd clearing process is a long way away. A lot of enthusiasm, a lot of bouncing up and down, and a lot of partying in Wrigleyville tonight. It's going to be going on for some time to come. We're live over Clark and Addison.
Hey, Mike.
The earlier rain did not dampen anyone's spirits out there either, obviously, and we do have to keep an eye on this crowd because last time what ended up happening was the barricades came up, but as you pointed out, no barricades apparently present at this time, but when you get a crowd this large, there's a lot to watch out for, shall we say, when they get rambunctious.
Yeah, Matt's showing you a great picture.
Let's leave this live shot and head to Peggy Kaczynski and listen into the players' talk right now.
For years, and I've been the losing side of the story so many times that I know guys realize that, and they know I'm going to retire. This was last game and last time I had my skates on, so it's just a respect level. It goes both ways.
Kimo, can you talk about your decision when you came to the Blackhawks? You were out all year with the Flyers with the blood clot issue. You gave it one last shot. A lot of people didn't think you would ever play again. Talk about your decision to come here to win a cup.
Well, nobody knew if I could play again. You know, it was a long process, and you know, I had to go a lot of meetings, meet a lot of doctors, and luckily I found a doctor, 2 of them actually, who said, okay, we can find you a way to play this game safely. And that moment on, I was dreaming about this moment, but that was December, so it's been a long battle, it's been a long journey, but you know what, I'm happy, I'm relieved, I'm ready to go, and you know, I'm lead this game as a Stanley Cup champion, so I can't ask any more than that.
What is it about this organization, the Chicago Blackhawks, that they have been able to win 3 cups now in 6 years? What impresses you the most about this dressing room?
Well, how they taking care of players, the whole organization from top to bottom, the trainers, medical staff, you know, whatever you need, you're gonna get it. And when it comes to the play of the game, these guys are unbelievable players. I've never seen it before. The core group of guys, you know, who's been here for 6-7 years. I'm not surprised if these guys might win it again next year because they're such a good players, and I've never seen that before.
Does this erase 2010 when you had to stand on the ice and watch the Blackhawks celebrate in Philadelphia when you were a Flyer?
Well, Gaynor scored again, so I kind of...
Did you see it go in this time?
I did see it, and I was actually crying this time a little bit on the bench, but it's just a feeling you can't get, and I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, but at the end of the day, I'm glad nothing happened to me, you know, during the games, and I'm 40 years old, so I'm just happy and relieved that, you know, this is it.
How does this compare to... That's Kimo Timonen as he joined the Blackhawks this year. He had been out all season long with the Philadelphia Flyers with a very, very dangerous blood clot disorder. They didn't think he would ever play again, but the Blackhawks picked him up. He wanted to get a cup. 40 years old, Robert Allison, he's retiring tomorrow.
And we're glad that he made it out safe and sound. What a moment for him at that age.
Look at the hugs all around.
Glad he's a Blackhawk and not a Flyer tonight.
Beautiful. All right, let's go and take a look on the other side of your screen there at all the fans who have gathered in Wrigleyville. This is a tradition, and for the third time now in 6 years, we have fans just showing their joy because we all feel a part of this journey. It was a hard-fought battle to win the Stanley Cup, and the first time we won the Cup here at home. Let's go up to Mike Lorber in Sky 5. Mike?
It's getting a little rowdy here, but they're working in conjunction with the police, and it's all a good fun so far. Matt is really zoomed in here now. You can see our new camera and just how fantastically it works. But keep in mind, this is old hat for the police. You go back about 25 years and how many championships they have worked with crowds and things as bad as NATO. This is old hat for them, and you can see the police. They're there with the kids that are burning off the energy, but everything is working as it's been planned out. This is just a small portion of Clark Street you're looking at right now by Sheffield. It's like this for about a half mile, completely filled up. We had bad weather in earlier. The storms moved in, the storms moved out, and now it's a big red storm on Clark Street all the way from Sheffield to north of Addison as the crowd keeps getting bigger and bigger. And I'm telling both of you, this crowd already I can see is bigger than the crowd that we had 2 years ago here in Wrigleyville.
Mike, as we look at Corey Crawford there, when we go back to your shot, you're saying this crowd is bigger than it was back in 2013. What about the energy level and the terms of rowdiness? How does that compare this far into it at 10:37 tonight compared to last time you were up there?
So far, and it's early in the game, I think it's calmer than it was a few years ago. Again, they had those barricades on the sides of Clark Street. The idea a couple years ago was keep those barricades on the sidewalk. They tried to keep the crowd from coming onto the street. That failed, and what the crowd did a couple years ago is they broke those barricades apart, and they were actually surfing up and down on those barricades. The most rowdiness that we have seen, and you see it right there, people kind of pushing in and out, and again, the police are just kind of keeping them from those barricades. Keep in mind that once they get out in the street, that they try to keep them from going back in the bars, so that's what's going on there. So you'll see that back and forth a little bit, but again, it's just the police keeping the crowd back, and there's some body surfing, there's some pushing back and forth, but nothing that's gotten too wildly out of control so far. It's early in the night, and we'll keep you posted.
And of course, everybody wants everyone to celebrate safe because this is a reason for us to all be so incredibly happy. The Blackhawks have never clinched a Stanley Cup championship at the United Center, and can I just say they look fabulous in red. Normally, they had to hoist that cup in their white uniform.
77 years, that's
red.
a long time.
Oh, there's Duncan Keith with his baby in tow. Or is that Duncan Keith?
It is Duncan Keith.
Yeah, and he
Conn Smythe Award winner.
MVP right there.
Oh, and look at, they're up on the Jumbotron. And I know Jonathan Taves talked about this, just taking this all in. And how beautiful that they're on their home ice for the first time, and they're the champions.
Well, it's a completely different feeling in the fact that you look in those stands, everybody's still there. I remember in Philadelphia, I was on the ice for an hour and a half with my family, and the stands are pretty much empty. There were some Blackhawk fans, but maybe a couple hundred that were still left. But if you take a look at those stands, they're still full. Everybody's being, they're not going to leave till literally they make people leave. And to be able to look out and know you're at home and see all your fans there and do it for your fans. These guys have done it now.
I'm sorry?
This core 3 times, and finally to do it in front of the home. Obviously, you go back, it's 77 years since the last time. And that time, the Stanley Cup wasn't even in the building.
Yeah. It's also been a while since the defenseman has won the Conn Smythe Award. You have to go back to 2007. Scott Niedermayer did it.
All right, we want to go back to Peggy Kaczynski. She's on the ice.
Duncan, can we grab you real quick with the baby? Thank you. Thank you. Duncan Keith joins us now, and Duncan, you won the Conn Smythe. First time in 8 years a defenseman wins the Conn Smythe. Can you talk about the series and the whole postseason that you've had?
Well, I think, first off, hats off to Tampa Bay. I thought it was by far our hardest series, and I'm not just saying that. It was incredibly, obviously, you saw how close the games were every time, and there's a few games that obviously could have went both ways, but found a way, and super proud to be part of this team and this group of guys.
You won Olympic gold medals, 3 Stanley Cups, and now a Conn Smythe. Does this ever get old? Do you ever stop to think about it and take it all in?
Not really. I mean, I feel so good. You want to keep being part of these things, and I think that's what drives you as a player. And you know, it's you don't get these awards without being on great teams with great players. And like I said, I'm just proud to be a part of a group of guys that care so much and do whatever it takes.
Can you talk about the 7 guys that you stuck around with, winning 3 cups together since 2010? That core group of guys, you guys have had a real special run.
Yeah, it's been really special. Obviously, you play with the same guys for a long time, you develop a bond, and then when you can win a championship, it just reinforces that. To be able to do it 3 times, we're all proud of it. We've all talked about, you know, what it would be like, and you know, like I said, we're just super proud to be part of a group like this.
We made such a big deal. We made such a big deal of the minutes you were playing, but can you talk about the relief now you're feeling, Duncan, after winning this Stanley Cup, no matter how many minutes you have to play?
Yeah, it's you know, a lot of feelings of happiness, obviously, but there is some relief too that we got the job done, and you can take a breath now, catch your breath.
About the goal, and that you think one would be enough tonight?
Well, we didn't think that, but we knew it was going to be close. Every game has been close. It's been unbelievable how close the series has been, where one little mistake can make the difference. And, you know, we were able to capitalize on a few, and, you know, it was a great series.
That's Duncan Keith as he wins the Conn Smythe Award. He led not only all defensemen in minutes, over 655 minutes played going into Game 6. He had nearly 82 more minutes than the next guy, who was in second place. Led all defensemen in points, in goals. He is the Conn Smythe winner, as you guys said, first since Scott Niedermayer 8 years ago.
I absolutely love the contrast. Duncan Keith, tough guy on the ice. You don't want to go up against him, and there he is holding his sweet baby in his arms.
Just a sweetheart, right? His trophy case that he needs to build for what he's got: 2 Norris trophies, 2 gold medals for Team Canada, 3 Stanley Cups, and a Conn Smythe. And it's just going to keep growing
strong, too.
Absolutely.
You know, Brent, as we saw the cup before, it's going around to a lot of different people, and the Blackhawks are very good about sharing that with the entire organization. Who gets the cup next? How is that determined? What's going on out there on the ice? Because we've got a long ways to go in terms of passing that thing around.
Yeah, well, right now it's just kind of free-for-all. You know, it all ends up at Rocky's hands. Take it back to Rocky.
Can we just break it up just for 1 second, guys, because we want to go back to Peggy. She's got Brent Seabrook.
Everybody sees his ability on the ice and what he's able to do with his skating, the amount of minutes he plays, his vision, his shot. But, you know, the competitiveness that he brings to our team in the dressing room, never giving up, never quitting. You know, that's amazing. He's one of those special guys. He's got a special engine, and, you know, it's been a lot of fun playing with him.
Brent, thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Brent, I know you were just talking, and we lost him as he moves on, talking about Duncan Keith. They were paired together earlier in their career. Brent Seabrook, an original draft pick of the Blackhawks, has spent his entire career. One of the guys who many people wonder, will he be with the team next year when the salary cap is cut?
Yeah, that's a huge question that we're all going to be talking about in the days ahead. How do they keep this team together with the salary cap? Who's going to stay? Who's going to go? But we can't do that tonight.
No, I don't want to go there.
Well,
yeah.
way too far.
I'm with Jonathan Taves. Let's just stay in the moment. And this was such a hard-fought battle against the
going back to Duncan Keith, though, and what he was able to accomplish, I can't forget what Joe Quenneville said a couple of weeks ago. He said, this guy is a freak. I mean, he is in such great physical shape.
He's a specimen. You know what? If you could, you know, go there and take out some genes and make a Duncan Keith, everybody would. This guy and this type of player comes around once in a generation. And for Blackhawk fans, they have him. They got Jonathan Taves. They got Patrick Kane. We should feel blessed every single day that we look at this organization to have these players on it.
All right, let's go to Dick Johnson. He's inside the United Center. He had the choice assignment tonight, hanging with folks who paid a premium to be there and to witness history on the ice. DJ? Apparently, we're going to get back to him in just a few seconds. But this really has been one of those moments that I think everybody will remember where they were when this
And it's just
happened.
something that you're not going to the young people watching who've had 3 cups as they've grown up. This does not happen. This never happens.
What's going on in this organization? Things that happened. Go back to, for me, I'm going to have to say, Clint Reef, rest in peace, buddy. Wish you were here. Steve Mondor, obviously, he passed away too. Part of the organization. My heart's heavy for these 2 gentlemen. Wish they were part of us right now.
And I look at the baby there. I don't know whose little one
that's
that
Christopher
is.
Stieg.
Oh, and look,
Just
got the special
you got to have the
earmuffs
headset.
on.
Yeah, it's loud.
And Kimo Timonen was talking about something I thought was really great, that this team cares so much about its players, that they care about their welfare. And I couldn't help but think about that, seeing Bobby Hull and Tony Esposito. Take it now. Right, there's Christopher Stieg.
Let's go to Peggy Kaczynski with Christopher Stieg.
Can I guess this is Jackson?
Yeah.
Jackson, who everybody wanted to be named Stanley.
Yeah.
Are you thinking twice about giving him a new name now?
No. He's, like I said, this is his first experience at a hockey game, and to see for him, he's not going to remember it, but he should have some memories with pictures and everything. And it's pretty special that he's here, and all my family's here, and we're just what a day.
6 years ago, you were rapping, just a young kid, crazy about winning your first cup. Now you're a dad.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm an old dad now, and thank God I don't got a dad bod yet, but hopefully we'll get something ready for the parade and have some fun.
Chris, you really came around in the last 2 games when you came back. Talk about how important it was for you once you were activated again to really contribute to this team.
Yeah, it's something you always want to be a part of, is big moments and big games, and you play for them your whole life. And we got the most clutch players on this team with the guys, Kane, Taves, Hossa, and Keith and Seabrook, these guys that lead the way, and you always just feed off it. And to come back, especially going through some injuries and dealing with a lot of stuff this year, which is really tough, and being able to have this in the end is special.
How different is this team since 2010 when you were here? I mean, there's so many changes, so many guys were gone after that cup win in 2010, and it's going to happen again. How is this team constantly able to do this?
Well, you got the upper management, but I'm not going to think about that right now. I'm thinking more about just celebrating, and then after letting everything else take care of itself.
There's something in the dressing room that makes these guys special, that everyone knows that you never know when you're going to be back here again.
Because, like I said, the leaders, they're the most clutch players in the world, and they find ways all the time.
Not that we don't like you, but let's get another shot of Jackson, because he's like the cutest thing on the ice right now. Chris, thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, Chris and Jackson versus Stieg. Babies always steal the show.
They do. How beautiful, and great to see the players there with their families enjoying this moment.
He's the only one sleeping tonight, too, I think. Still ahead, our coverage of the Blackhawks Stanley Cup win continues. Stay with us right here on NBC 5. Huge night still. Let's go back to the United Center right now.
NBC 5's Peggy Kaczynski with Coach Q, the man of the hour.
But it's a special group. They got memories to share for a lifetime.
18 years as a head coach, 7 years behind the Blackhawks bench, and 3 Stanley Cups. What else can you do?
Well, we're happy. We like it here. We've got a great group, fun organization from the top right through to the players. There's a lot of good stories here, and fortunate. We're very happy, very proud of what these guys do and represent. And they love to compete, and that's what we like doing.
So much has been made of your core group of guys, the 7 guys that have been together since 2010. What is it about them that they grew up together? Original draft picks by the Blackhawks from Kane and Taves and Seabrook, guys like that. What is it about that core group that makes that locker room so special?
Well, they battle. They want to win. They work hard for one another. They make guys better around them. They lead by example. They set the right message that the coaching staff and the team likes to send. And, they prepare like every game is the most important game. And in the playoff series, they get better. And those guys lead the charge where everybody knows how important it is to win. And it's nice to knowing your best players are your best players.
I know you always talk about the team and you put the team first, but your numbers are going down in history as well. One of the winningest coaches in Chicago sports history, period, behind Phil Jackson, George Halas. Everyone's got the mustache going. I don't know if George Halas did, but do you ever give yourself a chance to take it all in and realize what you have done in your career?
It's been fun. I got lucky when I came here. The timing of walking in here with this team sitting on go was right there. Go to the conference finals, lose to Detroit, got a great education there. These guys had a lot of skill, a lot of depth, a lot of talent right from the outset. So it was walked in a great situation. The town started taking off with the team, and being around it right at the right time was I've been fortunate.
All right, finally, 5 games were all one-goal games. They didn't give you a 2-goal lead until the 3rd period today. Were you nervous?
No, it's a long game. Then the clock was kind of going like a calendar tonight, but it was a big goal, great play on the second goal. Tunks made a great play on the goal, and Kaner had patience, good play recognition on an entry. It was just it was a great series, very competitive, tight as can be. I give Tampa Bay a lot of credit. They played a heck of a series, and that's a good hockey team.
Congratulations, Joel, your 3rd Stanley Cup with the Chicago Blackhawks.
All right, thanks, Peggy.
We'll send it back to you guys. Head coach Joel Quenneville. It doesn't get any better than that.
I can't wait for Coach Q to go home because I just got a picture from a friend of mine. His house has been TP'd.
They did a pretty good job on it, too.
Amazing.
He won't recognize it when he gets home tonight, if he gets home.
He already knows the number to call. Fullers, they're all over it.
They're already there probably right now. There's a crowd outside. When you look at and you listen to Coach Q tonight, the humility with him, I love it. I mean, this team, there's a lot of that. It comes from the top down. Obviously, he said, I was very lucky. Well, there's a lot more in luck.
Oh, he's a great coach. He knows how to manage a bench, and we talk about the ice time that these 4 defensemen have to carry, what these forwards have to do. But it's how you coach him. He knows he can read the bench. This starts at the beginning of the year. These guys gets more days off than anybody. Why? Because they know it's a marathon. They know what they're playing for. They're not playing for those 82 games.
We got to go to Peggy Kaczynski on the ice right now. She's got Patrick Sharp in one of his babies.
It's even better to win on home ice.
Patrick, can you talk about your teammates and the guys that you've been able to do this with 3 times?
Yeah, those 7 guys are like brothers. We care about each other. Our families are very close, and we love each other. So to be able to say that we've done it 3 times, we're extremely proud, and it's crazy. The first time we did it, it was just us, and now we got family. Hey, Madeline, want to say hi? What do you say? We did it 3 times. We did it 3 times.
What's her name?
This is Madeline.
What does it mean to do it in front of these fans? Get the first one for these people since 1938. Many of them weren't even alive at the time. Probably only a few of them were.
They packed the United Center, whether it's the preseason or playoffs, so they deserve a championship like this, and we're happy to give it to them.
Patrick, when you came over here, the Blackhawks weren't in the playoffs. They weren't drawing these kinds of crowds. What has it been like for you to see the transition?
It's crazy. I never would have imagined 3 cups in 6 years, but we knew we had something special here. Dunks and Steves and I have been together for 10 years. We're best friends, we're brothers, and we're very lucky to be a part of this. Thanks, guys.
That's Patrick Sharp and his daughter Madeline, as we're meeting all the kids today. Patrick Sharp wins his 3rd cup, part of that group of guys, 7 guys who were all together for the 2010 Cup run. When he came, I believe it was in 2004 or 05, the Blackhawks weren't even in the playoffs. Patrick Sharp, one of the guys that may also be a salary cap casualty. His future with the team is also up in the air, guys.
And he's been here from the very beginning, back when the crowds were quite small at the United Center.
I love what little Madeline said, though. 3! And look at the fans outside. They're chanting, and we got the cup. That's what we got. Lord Stanley's Cup now belongs to the Chicago Blackhawks for the 3rd time in 6 years. This crowd, as Mike Lorber has pointed out, is much bigger than the last time this happened in 2013. Mike Lorber, can you update us on what you're seeing from high above? Is anybody leaving this scene, or are they all just staying out there and jumping up and down?
I don't think anybody's leaving. They're congregating in different places. Obviously, you can see Wrigley Field to the left there, and that is just a monstrous crowd right smack dab in the middle of Clark and Addison. What the police are doing, they're trying to congregate everybody into the major intersection. So you have a big crowd here at Clark and Addison. A few blocks down, another one by Sheffield. And as Matt moves the camera, you can see they're trying to keep the crowd away from all the businesses on Clark Street.
Mike,
but then we go into
Mike, we're going to go back on the ice now.
Let's go to Brandon Saad, what a key player he was in this series.
I think last year, especially being that close and losing, it definitely puts that hunger and drive back into you. And
and we had success this year.
Brandon, you're one of the guys on this team, one of the rising stars that they talk about building your future of this organization with. Can you describe what it's been like to play with some of these veterans? I mean, you were teamed with two of the best on that top line for most of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just fortunate to be a part of an incredible team. You know, the kind words are nice about myself, but to be a part of a group like this, and the guys love the game and have fun with it. They love competing, love winning. Just to be surrounded by them makes you a better person and player.
You become a restricted free agent after this season, and the first thing that Stan Bowman said was they will find a way to sign you. We're already hearing rumors your hometown, the Pittsburgh Penguins, might be interested. How do you take that all in with your contract coming up in your future?
I'm not really worried about it right now. Just excited to be a championship team tonight. Talking to Stan, many more to come. We're looking forward to getting something done.
I want to ask you about being able to celebrate with your family. You talked about your dad coming over from Syria, him being your hero. What does it mean for you to be able to celebrate like this with your family, with you?
Well, for him to come over and do the things he's done really puts that drive and that passion in myself. So I'm really close to my family. For them to be here, support me on a night like tonight. They were in Boston as well, but to be home, it's an incredible feeling.
And do you feel spoiled at all at this point? I mean, you're a young guy.
Definitely. You know, it's a great way to start the career. I'm fortunate to be here, and hopefully many more to come.
Great. Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah, thank you.
That's Brandon Saad right now. Brandon Saad was playing on the top line, the Saad father, the man-child, whatever you want to call him. His future, he is going to get paid, and the Blackhawks are hoping that it's going to be here in Chicago as well. I'm going to keep looking for some more guys out here on the ice, and we'll send it back to you.
We'd like to be Brandon Saad's agent right now. I think that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it would be the easiest job of anybody.
We're going to get back to Peg in just a few seconds. Look at all of that excitement out there on the street. Can you talk a little bit, Brent, about just what this is like as a player to see that you have brought so much joy to the city of Chicago?
Well, let's go back to what Patrick Sharp was saying. You know, when I got here in 2007, same when Patrick Kane and Jonathan Tage came in, there was nobody in the stands. And obviously, go back, I was playing a long time before I got here in the league, and it was always an amazing city. We loved coming here. We'd go out, we'd go dinners, but we hated going to the rink. You know, obviously, there was no crowd. The team wasn't very good. So coming here and seeing the transition since '07 to now and 3 Stanley Cups is just absolutely amazing. To look out there, we can see that view and see, I don't know, thousands of people because of what the Blackhawks have done. From the days when I had a business card and we're handing out business cards with 2 free tickets just to get people in the building. And now people are paying astronomical amounts of money.
We got your buddy
Kaner right there. Let's let Peggy.